Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today we will be looking at how Leroy Colbert developed his 21-inch arms, and we will be looking exactly at the evolution of his routines from beginner to advanced, which I think is more interesting than just giving you his more advanced routine, because it allows you to judge which of his routines suit your level best. The information from today's video is sourced from the August 1954 edition of Muscle Builder with Steve Reeves on the cover, so let's get straight into it. When Leroy first started training, his arms measured 10.5 inches, and he got straight to work on his arms, and his first arms workout consisted of performing alternate dumbbell curls, which, as Leroy put it, was the one exercise he relied on for most of his career. Leroy would perform 5 to 10 sets of alternate curls from the very first workout using 8 to 12 reps. Now I just want to remark here by saying that Leroy Colbert was an excellent example of specialization, and in particularly arm specialization. And the results are obvious. He wanted big arms from the very first moment he stepped into the gym and didn't stop blasting his arms until he got them. Here is Leroy shortly after starting bodybuilding, and you can see how large his arms were already at just 12 years old. And that is the product of arm specialization. The way that Leroy Colbert performed the alternate dumbbell curl is rather special and deserves explanation. It is well known that Leroy performed this curl in 2 stages, curling the dumbbell first up to the shoulder, then flexing the arm further and bringing the elbow up high to bring the dumbbell behind him, then lowering the weight as shown in this video. This extra contraction at the top of the movement cramps the bicep and stimulates further growth, so I invite you to give it a try and feel the movement, and you'll understand why Leroy Colbert loved it so much. It's a real beauty. After joining the Eastside Barbell Club in New York City, Leroy began training under Abe Goldberg and Marvin Eder, who took him under his wing and recommended training in a 3-time-a-week full body routine with basic barbell exercises, including the breathing squat supersetted with pullovers, barbell rows, the bench press, overhead pressing, and barbell shrugs. Each of these exercises were performed for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. For his arms section though, he would still perform alternate dumbbell curls for 5 to 10 sets and added the barbell curl as well as the standing barbell French press and the lying triceps pullover extension. For these last 3 exercises, he would perform a moderate 3 sets. By the time he was 15, his arms had grown to 15 inches and they continued to grow to 16 inches, and by the time he was 18 to 17 inches. Here again we can see the results of continued arm specialization by Leroy Colbert. Wanting to grow his arms further, Leroy decided to further specialize on his arms, adding more upper arm exercises to his full body routine, namely the concentration curl, chinning, and triceps and pulley press downs, making a total of 7 upper arm movements. By the age of 19, his arms stretched the tape at an extraordinarily large 18 inches. Because of his upper arm specialization, the rest of his body suffered though, and he began to balance out his physique once again by focusing more on squats, deadlifts, bench presses, pullovers, and even waist exercises, leaving arms to the end of his workout. By 1954, his arm routine consisted of 9 exercises, and his arms had grown to an incredible 19 inches. With years to come, they would surpass the 20-inch mark and then finally hit 21 inches, being the first man in the world to ever grow 21-inch arms, and according to Leroy Colbert, he did this naturally. Here was his most advanced arm routine. He would perform each exercise for 3 sets of 10 repetitions, training 3 days a week, varying his intensity. On the most high intensity days, he would use the heaviest weight possible and perform all exercises, whilst on the other 2 days he would lower his intensity and use low to moderate weight and perform a few of these exercises alone. As listed, we can see Leroy's most advanced arm routine, which consisted of the seated alternate dumbbell curl, the cheating barbell curl, the concentration curl, the weighted chin, incline bench dumbbell curls, lying triceps pullover extensions, triceps dumbbell kickbacks extensions, one arm triceps curls, and the pulley triceps extension. With a seated dumbbell curl, he would perform 3 sets of 10 repetitions, and these would be performed as already described with the second contraction at the top of the motion. The cheating barbell curl was performed with a slight cheating style, that is, with a slight heave from the body to use slightly heavier poundage than in a strict barbell curl. One should only be cheating in the last 2 or 3 reps, and you should essentially be using a poundage where you can only handle maybe 6 to 8 reps in a strict style to make the cheating curl effective. If you are cheating from the very first rep, then you're using way too heavy a weight and you are only cheating yourself. Pardon the pun. The concentration curl was performed by leaning over, holding a dumbbell on one hand, weight held close to the floor, and curling to the shoulder, really focusing on the contraction, lowering and repeating. The weighted chin, this exercise was performed in a close grip style. The genius of this exercise performed near the end of his biceps workout is that, similar to the pre-exhaust system of training that was later developed by the likes of Arthur Jones and Mike Mensa, and it being a compound exercise, the lats can assist the biceps in performance, allowing one to completely fatigue the biceps. What is kind of crazy is that even after all this bicep work, Leroy would strap on weight around his waist and perform weighted chins, not bodyweight chins. The incline bench dumbbell curl was next, and Leroy would perform these on a standing incline bench, and essentially these are similar to one arm preacher curls. Holding the dumbbell at the top and upper arm on the bench, he would lower the weight down as far as it would go and then curl the weight back up to the shoulder as shown. Lower and repeat. The lying triceps pullover extension was performed by lying on a flat bench. The barbell is held at arm's length above the head. It is then brought down behind and below the head as shown. The barbell is then returned to the starting position and you repeat the motion. I find this exercise best performed with an easy curl bar, and when the weights get heavy, I recommend using a rackable easy curl bar, such as this beauty from Bells of Steel. Rackable easy curl barbells allow one to use heavy poundages for triceps and biceps work in a safer setup like a half rack or power rack, which is especially useful if you don't have a training partner and are training mostly at home alone with nobody to spot you. Details are in the video description. The triceps dumbbell kickback extension is performed one arm at a time and is a favorite of golden era bodybuilders. Bending over, you pick up a dumbbell and raise the upper arm so that it is parallel to the floor, and kick back the lower arm and the dumbbell by straightening out the arm and flexing the triceps. You then lower and repeat. This is a real peak contraction style exercise that shouldn't be performed with too much weight, and you want to make sure that the upper arm is parallel to the floor. Of course, wrist position can be changed, which will have slightly different effects on your triceps. The one arm triceps curl, it was next, and this exercise is also performed one arm at a time. Sitting on a flat bench, you grab a dumbbell and hold it overhead. Using the other arm to brace yourself on the bench, you lower the dumbbell behind your head by bending your elbow, keeping the elbow high, and you contract the tricep by straightening the arm and bringing the dumbbell up again to the starting position. And you want to repeat this exercise for both arms. The pulley triceps extension was the last exercise in his arm workout. This particular movement can actually be performed either with a wall pulley or, as I prefer, a chest expander, which I find you get a much better contraction. For those that have a home gym, if you don't have a chest expander yet, head to shop.handgripper.net and you will find the best chest expander on the planet at Robert Baraban's webshop, as used by Alex Leonidas from Alpha Destiny and more recently Dante from Natty Life, and of course yours truly. The pulley triceps extension, when done with a pulley, has you setting up the pulley machine with the pulley at shoulder height. The movement is rather simple. Holding the handle with elbows bent and the upper arm parallel to the floor, you extend and straighten the arm, flexing the triceps. The lower arm should create an arc-like movement as it extends. Bend the elbow back to the starting position and repeat. As mentioned before, I find this exercise best performed with a chest expander as the muscle recruitment is superior, and most of us have a garage gym and we're like just garage gym trainers, and we don't have access to the professional pulley systems that are available in commercial gyms. So this is a great exercise to completely destroy the triceps at the end of the workout, especially if you use a chest expander. So that was Leroy Colbert's most advanced arm routine, and the routine that finally got his arm to pass the 20-inch mark and eventually the 21-inch mark. It is highly advanced, and I would not recommend it unless you are at an advanced level and specializing in arms. I'll tell you what though, you will need the recovery capabilities of Hercules himself to be able to perform this program consistently, but that's just my opinion. I hope you have enjoyed this video on how Leroy Colbert developed his 21-inch arms naturally. Yep, that was Leroy's claim, not mine, and for a natural to perform such a workout is pretty mind-boggling. I can understand an enhanced athlete using such a program and recovering optimally, but Leroy always claimed natural. You can debate all you like in the comment section. If you've enjoyed the video, please give the video a like, subscribe, and I will be following up this video with more of Leroy Colbert in the near future, so stay tuned. That's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Head to www.goldenerabookworm.com for the biggest range of classic old school bodybuilding books as ebooks, e-magazines such as Iron Man and Reg Park Journal, high quality bodybuilding posters of the Golden Era stars, merchandise and classic gymwear featuring Steve Reeves, Marvin Eder, John Grimmick, Reg Park, and many other Golden Era stars. For those wishing to build a classic physique, lose fat and build muscle, online training is also available. Collectibles such as rare autographed photos from the Golden Era stars are also available, and to collaborate, please get in touch. As a natural bodybuilder, it is imperative to know your own testosterone levels, as they are a reflection of the anabolic environment created by your diet and training. I would highly recommend using the male hormone test kit from Let's Get Checked, and make sure you use my code GOLDEN30 for a 30% discount. Again, the advantage of checking yourself regularly is that you will know how well your body is anabolically primed to put on the much desired muscle you are working for. Not all of us have the time to go to a gym or the opportunity to have a coach to teach us one-on-one, but with the Future Fitness app, it's like having a personal trainer in your living room. From February 11th onwards, you can try the Future Fitness app for only $19 for the first month. Think of what you can accomplish during that first month. So go on and hit my link at tryfuture.co/GEB to get started.